We're double recording today. Okay, sorry about that. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. So, welcome to Yin and Meditation. We will begin in a seated position, whatever is comfortable for you. And just let your spine be tall. Maybe roll the shoulders up and back just a few times to settle in. And closing the eyes, just begin tuning into your breath. Maybe noticing where you feel it the strongest. Placing your attention there. And then begin following the breath. Just letting go of the day, any events or happenings. Just allow yourself to fully arrive here. Maybe setting an intention for your practice. And on your next inhale, just begin to dip the chin. And bring the hands out to the sides. And as you inhale, we'll reach up, look up. And as you exhale, just push the air back away. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands come back down. One more time. On the next one, we'll add a twist. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, just begin twisting. Bring the right hand behind you. Left hand comes to the right knee. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, twist. Let's do one more round, just matching your breath to your movement. Last one. And then for our first shape, we will meet on the belly. We will start in Sphinx pose. So making your way onto your belly, bringing the elbows under the shoulders, tops of the feet are down. Pressing the palms, letting the shoulders drop away from the ears, relaxing the jaw, relax the glute muscles, just breathing into the belly. And just visualize your breath. moving up and down the spine through each vertebrae, down to the tips of your toes. And just visualize bringing that air back up. Relax the face. Maybe breathe a slight smile. I'll give you a halfway count when we're halfway through the posture. At the end, we want to just settle into the shapes. Releasing all muscle action. You're halfway through the shape. Just check the quality of your mind. Notice if you're lost in thought. Just try to bring the mind back to the body, back to your breath. Your mind feels busy, you can add in counting. Inhaling for a count of 4. Pausing for 2. And seeing if you can exhale for 6, maybe 8. We'll be here just one more minute. Very slowly, slower than you think you need to go. Begin to lower yourself back down. And make a little pillow with your hands. This is alligator pose. It's a resting position. Just let the toes touch, the heels fall open. This will decompress the spine. On your next inhale, just begin to lift the head, bringing the hands back by your shoulders, and you'll press up and back into a child's pose. So bringing the knees as wide as the mat, big toes are touching, sinking the hips back onto your heels, walking your hands forward. Bring the forehead down to the mat. And breathing. The breath is what gives each pose the life. Again, you can add in counting here, maybe a mantra. I inhale peace, I exhale negativity, stress. You're over halfway through the shape. We'll be here 45 seconds. On your next inhale, just begin to lift the head, and we're going to make our way back onto the belly for our resting position, coming back to elevator, stacking the palms again. Just allow the body to reset, the muscles to rebound. Just check in, notice what the body is feeling. On your next inhale, we'll lift the head and bring the hands back by the shoulders. We'll meet in tabletop. So we want to stack joints here. Wrists come under the shoulders. Knees are under your hips. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, begin pressing the palms, arching the back, tilting the pelvic bone, bringing chin to chest. Then as you inhale, we drop the belly, gazing up. Exhaling round, chin to chest. And continue matching your breath to the movements, going at your own pace, maybe closing the eyes, and just enjoy the movement. You're lubricating the entire spine. Maybe one more round. And then we'll meet back in neutral. And then from here, we're going to bring the right knee toward the right wrist. We're coming into sleeping swan or pigeon pose, straightening that back leg. You could be up. This may be enough. Or maybe you come down onto the forearms. You could be here. And if it's in your practice, you could go ahead and come all the way down, making a little pillow. Whichever version you chose, relax the jaw. And the face. And just breathe into any sensations you may notice. So with Yin, we're working on finding our edge. So we want to find the stretch, but not be in any pain. Then we settle into the pose and we find stillness. The muscles are inactive as best we can. No matter what comes up in the mind or the body, we try to be with it. Much like meditation. Just 30 seconds left. If you're all the way flattened out, we begin lifting the head, coming up onto the forearms. And then we're going to walk the hands back up, and we'll flip the back toes, and we'll meet in the downward dog. Bringing that right leg up, finding your first downward dog, lifting the tailbone up toward the ceiling. Maybe you're pressing your heels one at a time toward the mat. And then once you feel like you've made your movement that you need, we're going to move to the left side. So we'll bring the left knee to the left wrist, Straightening that back right leg. You may notice one side's different. And then you could either be upright, onto the forearms, or maybe you're all the way flat. Find your shape, the one you can sustain as comfortably as possible. And then we breathe. And check in with the jaw. Make sure you're not clenching the teeth. Soften the face. We'll be here just another minute. Slowly, if you're all the way flattened out, you'll begin to make your way to the forearms. And once you get to the forearms, we're going to walk the hands up, and we'll flip the back toes, and we'll meet back in downward dog. Just lift the tailbone up to help you find length in the spine. Pressing the palms evenly into the mat. Just take a little bit of movement here. And then from here, we're going to walk the feet up to meet our hands. And you want your feet about hip distance apart, which is about 2 fists. And then we're going to bend the knees and let the torso rest on the tops of the thighs. You want the head to come down so the crown of the head is facing the mat, almost like you're draining the brain. Hands can just be dangling. This is called dangling pose. You can also cross the hands at the elbows. We're trying to release all muscle action in the back. You may notice knees shaking. That's okay. You can always bend the knees more. Just see if you can breathe into the back of your ribs, almost like you're trying to breathe into the back of your heart. And check in with the teeth and the face. Make sure you're not clenching anything. This pose is really good for
releasing the shoulders, but also for anxiety or calming. We're over halfway through, just a little under a minute. About 20 seconds. And from here, you're going to bend the knees as much so that you can reach the mat. And then you're going to heel toe the feet so that the toes are pointing toward the edges of the mat. And then we're bringing the hips down. Coming into yogi squat or malasana. Hands come to the heart, kind of pressing the elbows, turn this way, against the knees. You may kind of be in more of like a sumo wrestler shape. That's okay too. Just go where you can. Top of the head, the crown reaches for the ceiling. And we breathe. We won't be here super long. Just check in with your jaw. Make sure you're not clenching. Just try to breathe into those places of tension. You're over halfway through, just a little under a minute. Just a few seconds left. Very slowly bring your hands behind you so you can make your way safely onto your seat. Let's straighten the legs and just kind of shake them out. And then from here, we'll shift into butterfly pose. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together. You want a diamond shape between the feet and the pelvic area. Then sitting up tall so your spine is straight. And then just begin folding, seeing where you can go. Maybe the forearms come to the shins. Maybe your head reaches toward the feet. Go where you can, remembering that we want to be able to maintain. And then we breathe. And just check in with the mind, notice where it is. Bring it back to the body without judging it. Back to your breath, maybe back to counting. You're halfway through this share. Just one more minute. Very slowly begin to use your hands to walk yourself back upright. Bringing the hands under the knees. We're going to bring the legs together and maybe roll the hips side to side just to help release that shape. And then we are making our way onto our back. And then from here, we will find pentacle pose or star pose. So you want your feet as wide as the mat, and then reaching the arms up and overhead. If you're making a 5-pointed star, armpits are kind of facing the ceiling. Maybe come to belly breathing here. So you inhale, blow the belly out like you have a balloon inside. Filling it up. And as you exhale, pull the navel to the spine. Maybe do a few rounds of belly breathing, and then just let that go. quality of your mind. Bring it back to the body, back to your breath. Visualize sending breath to the tips of your fingers and toes, to every cell in your body. On your next inhale, you bring the arms down, and I'll give you two options for our next shape. The first one is just to bring your knees to your chest, and your hands can just come across the knees. This is knees to chest, as it looks. The other option is happy baby, and that's where you bring the soles of your feet up toward the ceiling. Your hands can come around to the edges of your feet. Maybe you grab the big toes. Maybe you're just grabbing for the shins, for whatever you can. And then bringing the knees toward the mat and finding stillness, grounding the sacrum down. So pick your shape. You can always, when I call halfway through, you can always shift into the knees to chest. You're halfway through the shape. If you want to make any adjustments or come down into knees to chest, we'll be here just another minute. Very slowly begin to bring the knees into the chest if you were in happy baby. Maybe rock on the low back, massage the kidney band, and then begin to straighten the legs, bringing the soles of your feet together for reclined butterfly pose or Supta Baddha Konasana. Hands can come to the thighs, the belly, maybe one on the heart, one on the belly, or just opening the palms up beside you. Finding whichever way is comfortable. Breathing deep into the belly. We'll be here just one more minute. Very slowly, using your hands under your knees to help bring them in. And then hug those knees in one last time. And then from here, straighten the right leg. We're going to take a quick twist before Shavasana. Hug your left knee in. And just reach that left knee over your body until it hits the floor. And just extend your arms, facing the opposite of that knee. Breathing into your back. And on your next inhale, coming back to center, hugging both knees in and switching it out. The left leg goes straight, the right knee comes in. Cross that right knee over your body. Letting it reach the floor, extending your right arm, facing the opposite. And from here, coming back to center, maybe hugging the knees in one last time, rocking on the low back, from left to right hip. And then just extend the legs long, letting the palms come to your sides, tucking the shoulder blades, maybe scooching the tailbone toward the feet.
And just feel the meeting points between your body and the floor. Feel the heels where they make contact with your mat. Feel your hip bones, the spine, the shoulder blades, the back of your head. Relaxing the face, your jaw. Shavasana. Slowly bringing awareness back to the body. Begin to make small movements. Maybe wiggling the fingers and toes, circling the wrists, maybe a full body stretch. And then make your way onto your right side for just a moment as we transition. Just reconnect with your breath here. Just a reminder, in case your mind is playing tricks on you today, you matter, you're important, you're loved, and your presence on this earth makes a difference, whether you see it or not. When you feel ready, we'll meet in a seated position for our meditation. So you can find an easy seat or Have your legs out, whatever's comfortable, that's the most important. And then just imagine you have a string pulling the crown of your head upright. So you're seated, tall, yet comfortable. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And just begin to close the eyes. The purpose of meditation is to reconnect to who you truly are. So we begin first by tuning inward. Feel your seat where you're connected to the earth. Let yourself feel weighted, grounded here. And then just begin noticing your breath. And then repeat these phrases in your mind after me. Breathing in, I know this is my in-breath. Breathing out, I know this is my out-breath. Repeat that for 4 rounds of breath. Breathing in, I follow my breath all the way through. Breathing out, I follow my breath all the way out. Repeat that for 4 rounds of breath. Breathing in, I calm my mind. Breathing out, I relax my body. 4 rounds. Breathing in, I am aware of this present moment. Breathing out, it is a wonderful moment. 4 rounds. Just continue breathing. Breathe deep into the belly. See if you can allow the body to breathe you. And just notice if the mind has gotten lost in thought. Without judgment, just bring it back. The mind loves to pull us into distraction. We just notice. As we sit, we try to bring awareness into the body. Awareness of our minds. We try to bring in compassion of ourselves. Release judgment of our busy minds. And we try to observe and allow whatever comes up. It's more important than the leaving. When our mind leaves, what's most important is the coming home, coming back to our true nature. And we'll end with a practice called diamond breathing. Just visualize a diamond in your mind. We're going to start at the bottom of the diamond. And as you inhale, you're going to fill the ribs, the lungs, as full as you can. Then we pause and just notice the fullness. Now we're at the top of the diamond. We're going to exhale, let all the air out. Then notice the space as we pause. We're back at the bottom of the diamond. We're going to inhale, filling up as full as you can. Pause. Maybe saying, I am full. Exhale every bit of air out. Pause. I am space. Inhale. Filling up. Pause. I am full. Exhale. Let all the air out. I am space. Last round. Inhale, getting really full. Pause. Notice the fullness. Exhale all the air out. I am space. And just check in, notice how the mind feels. From stillness, from breathing. And slowly, maybe dipping the chin and bringing the hands to heart center. Maybe keeping the eyes closed. Reconnecting with your breath. May you have peace in your mind, peace in your heart always. Thank you for practicing. Namaste. Thank you.